strategy before engagement?
Today, from CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington, it's Week 10 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks taking on Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals.
It is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle. We just heard it, and that means it's time for football at CenturyLink Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Arizona Cardinals and the Seattle Seahawks. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And this is a game where the defenses, they need to be on their toes because you got quarterbacks here. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Cardinals making their way out, and it's the #1 overall pick in 2019, Kyler Murray at the helm.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him to win. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Out of the gun, here's Murray. On the move to his left. He'll try and run it. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace. Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. Murray now on first down. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
A gain of 11.
The numbers for Williams a week ago: 6 catches, 85 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Tariq Cohen, the ball carrier.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup.
From the gun, Murray. He'll buy, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Oh, and after the sack, he's still down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Shotgun now for Murray. And this is caught at the 8. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Now Gostkowski will come on to try a field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, it kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
Russell Wilson leads out the Seattle Seahawks offense. The veteran Wilson, a 3rd-round pick back in 2012.
And I think it's safe to say that, and I heard him say it in the post-game press conference, that was a team win last week. Because he didn't really play up to his normal standards, throwing 2 interceptions.
No touchdown.
Yeah, didn't offset it at all, but the team found a way to get it done.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 22. A pass there over the middle to start things out. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
The numbers on the ground for Carson last week: 18 carries, 85 yards, and a touchdown.
He's been a huge part of their winning streak because he establishes not just an identity and a tone, but the team relies on it. He takes care of the football, he gains yardage for him, chews up clock, and that's been a big part of why they're winning games lately.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time, they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
And he's got this down to the 35. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Penny. And a solid run down inside the 30. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They run it with Carson. And he's going to be stopped up just short of the 1st down at the Cardinals' 24. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Now it's Carson. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. And he's got Lockett. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Wilson to Lockett there for the Seahawk first down. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here. That pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Personally, for him, a great opening drive. He had 3 catches, including the touchdown. That
felt like tremendous scouting, great film watching, and creating a game plan to start this off, not only to get him involved, but to send a message to the defense. You can have a lot to handle in this one.
And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown.
For the extra point.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count.
It is good.
And it's up and good. A 10-play drive that time. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. From the gun, Murray. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. 20, 10, touchdown, Cardinals.
Murray's pass complete.
DeAndre Hopkins, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals have retaken the lead. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A 2-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that 2nd play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. out as the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From the 6. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27.
At the 49.
That certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Flush to his right. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On 1st down, Carson. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
So here are the Cardinals to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. Following that fumble recovery, it's Murray. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Trent Murphy, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
And that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. A throw over the middle, taken in. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
To Christian Kirk.
That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Intercepted. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Carson. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, it's Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Down right around the 25. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Wilson. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
(10-7) our score after 1 right here on EA Sports.
10. Seahawks 7.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Carson. And he stopped immediately there.
Chris Carson on
no gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. 2nd and
on 2nd down, Wilson finds the open target, Arnold. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. Now they're staring at a 4th down as Arizona's defense does its job.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
The game at 10.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Kyler Murray going to lead the Cardinals back out on offense. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
4-yard line.
Throwing again. Murray got his man complete over the middle. That's Williams. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
The last play on the completion got him half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
A gain of 20.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
First down, a run with Cohen. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Tackled by Darrell Taylor. from the 47. It's 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5.
From the gun, Murray.
47-yard line.
This one caught by Isabella. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
It's a gain of 20.
Well, we can talk about it like it's just a basic route, but how about the timing on this one? Lined up on the right, runs a deep in route, and how about the throw? Right on the money. Bam, puts it right in there and on his hands. Nice completion, really good pickup.
On first down, Cohen. The tackle made by K.J. Wright. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. This is Cohen. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
On the play. And it's
throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And he completes it to Cohen. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And Gostkowski's kick is good. And the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0.
13. Seahawks 10.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25.
Tyler Lockett trotting onto the field, getting set for this next drive. He's been good so far to this point in the 2nd quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
They'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the 2nd quarter. Tackled by Isaiah Simmons. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Chandler Jones has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Back deep, Patrick Peterson. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Tariq Cohen and the rest of the offense heading back out there. It's the 2nd quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series. So those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. 3rd and 4, he did just enough, and I mean just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
They'll run on first down. It's Cohen, and no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. 1-yard gain. Brings up second.
Out of the gun, running with Cohen. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield.
But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in, 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Murray. That is caught by Cohen. And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a first down as he stopped at the 48. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
Tyler Lockett trotting onto the field, getting set for this next drive. He'll try to generate some more steam on offense down to the scoreboard second quarter. Not necessarily his fault, but he's always a guy they want to get extra involved.
Keep finding ways for him to get the football. Keep force-feeding him in that way. Get to the half. Kind of reboot. Start over again to try and erase the other things that have them down on the scoreboard.
They'll be looking for a little more juice here in the second quarter before they do hit that halftime locker room. 2nd and 10 now. Wilson. Short throw to Disley. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
Now Kyler Murray ready to get back under center. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Murray going to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jordan Brooks gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot. 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Murray. And the pressure gets to him again. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Tyler Lockett trotting onto the field, getting set for this next drive. He's probably someone they want to get more involved at this point. Second quarter down to the scoreboard, you know that he can be a threat.
And because he's such a threat, as well as so productive, I'm with you on this. They've got to get him the ball more, give him more opportunities for them to have a chance to erase that lead.
Certainly they'll be looking to get him even more in the mix this go-around. Tyler Lockett was the target there, and it's 3rd and short. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. And a quick throw here, that's complete. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there.
Seahawks.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Wilson's throw caught by Metcalf. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Wilson will throw again. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Kyler Murray going to lead the Cardinals back out on offense. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off, because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Throwing again on 2nd down. Murray sliding out of the pocket, and down he'll go at the 25. The improvisation gets him only a couple, but that's all he needed. First down. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Out to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. A final shot before half from Murray. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, where it was the Ravens who get the win at home. 31-27, the final score. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the 2nd quarter. In the game you're watching, it was the former #1 overall selection, Kyler Murray, who put on an absolute show. His guys lead, though by only a field goal. Still anybody's game. As we send it back to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Number 86.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. This is Carson. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Brought down at the 28-yard line. A gain of 1. Brings
To throw on 3rd down. Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Now Wilson on first down. That's caught by Penny. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. On first down, Carson. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
at the 48-yard
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. 13 yards remaining on 2nd down. From the gun, Wilson. A pass underneath for Carson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Wilson.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, a give to Penny, and that play went nowhere. Losing yardage, it'll be back at the 36. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. Operating from the gun, Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that's going to tie us at 13.
That ties the game, 13-all.
So they come away from this opening drive in the third quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, that has to be job one, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start with a give to Cohen. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 32.
From the gun, Murray. Caught left side, Williams.
Murray's
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Arizona.
They run. This is Cohen. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. That one good for 33 and a first. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And down inside the 15 he goes. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8.
The ball carrier.
Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Murray. He can run for it, and he will. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a first down and inside the 5-yard line. They'll run for it with Anderson.
And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. Rodney Anderson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals have broken the tie. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. They trail 20-13 our score as they have it 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 41-yard line. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
41-yard line.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 41. From the shotgun, Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
And that's good.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
Seahawks.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the
18-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
Tyler Lockett.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
2nd and 5.
On 2nd down, it's Carson. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Wilson with the handoff to Chris.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard.
That's a gain of 4.
On the ground, Benjamin. And he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5.
Benjamin. That's good for a Seattle Seahawks. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
Brought down just shy of the goal line. A gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Second down and goal. Wilson, and he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that in the podcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. From the 6. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The football going back over to Arizona now. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Trent Murphy make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. From the gun, Murray got a man over the middle. It's Williams. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
No gain.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. 5 yards that time out of the scramble, but now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
He certainly had plenty of success running the ball, and right now I'm getting this sense that he's looking to take off and run every time he steps back to throw it.
But they did a nice job there collapsing on him and holding him to a short gain. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Now it's Lockett. A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's Wilson. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
The ball carrier.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Operating from the gun, Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
3rd down and 6 yards to go.
To throw is Wilson on 3rd down. Open man is Gordon, complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 25-yard line. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the 1st. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll run on first down. Carson. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Brings up second.
On second down, here's Wilson. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Devondre Campbell flies in to blow that play up.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the gun, Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. Space to run past the 20. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
Normally we're talking about a quarterback duel where they're matching each other pass for pass. How about the footwork in this with both of these guys running the ball well?
Yeah, they've mixed in the run game. You're exactly right. Now, both coaches might not like how much their quarterbacks have taken off, but another example right there of just good mobility. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Oh, they'll get this to Metcalf on the jet sweep. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Down right at
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
Keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. 7. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Carson. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Chris Carson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead.
Did you see them hold up 4 fingers to the start of the 4th quarter?
They were ready.
They were definitely ready. They may or may not have done that, but they certainly have played that way. The 4th quarter has belonged to them, and now the lead belongs to them as well.
Hauschka now for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it was all capped off by the Chris Carson touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And able to get this out to the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll set up to throw from the gun. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Murray sacked. A loss of 5 yards.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. To throw, it's Murray. The screen pass here to Cohen. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Murray. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
1st and 10.
So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll begin the drive with Carson. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd down now, Benjamin. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, Wilson. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Now Kyler Murray ready to get back under center. I would imagine you want to win every game big, but if you're a quarterback in the NFL, this is the spot that you love.
You've been dreaming of it since you were a kid, playing in the backyard or the front yard, wherever, where you went through those imaginary situations. Now it's real, though. What practice have you put in since the OTAs and mini camps, preseason camp, sequence of plays, get the ball to the outside, get it out of bounds, save your timeouts, move the ball downfield to get your team in a position to win the game.
And a field goal, of course, no good. They need a score. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Operating from the gun, Murray. And that'll be incomplete. Murray took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
He was covered by Jamal Adams.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray able to find Isabella. And he'll be brought down with the 1st down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure.
We're all right. Just call the call. We're going to play it. Come on now.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. From the gun, Murray steps away, and he's going to keep it here. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A nice job there on the escape and scramble of 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movements. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
This is caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A gain of 7 that time. Second goal. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And they're knocking on the door. Second and goal now in a one-score game. And he fights his way in, not giving up. And it's a Cardinal touchdown. Kyler Murray keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the fourth. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the play that polished it off was the touchdown run by Kyler Murray. Boy, hard to ask for a better game thus far. 27 apiece is our score as the kick's away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
That's complete into the hands of Carson. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Now, how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
The previous play is under review.
Partner, they're less than 2 minutes ago in the game, which means that this challenge was initiated by the fellows.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Clock running, and the Seahawks, they're running too, trying to speed up to the line of scrimmage. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. He lets it fly for Lockett, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Coverage by Byron Murphy.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Murray rolling to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. And he completes it to Cohen. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Murray to throw. Open man is Kirk, complete. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. To throw is Murray. And able to find Kirk, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
First down, Arizona.
Now Murray. He's airing it out for Williams. And this one is incomplete. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Takes it at the 7. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Their own 26-yard line.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers, but in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now a give, right side. It's Carson. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Hoping to keep this OT drive alive. Now they face a 3rd and 2.
Brings up 3rd and
They'll try and run for it with Penny. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
good for a Seahawks.
They really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. First throw in overtime now for Wilson. He'll get this to his running back, Benjamin. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson, quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Penny, a first down carry, and he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and
from just shy of midfield. Wilson steps away, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Rashard Lawrence. What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down. Decision time now on 4th and about 1.5 yards.
I can still hear my high school coach, John Ford, right now. I want my #1 play with my #1 runner over my #1 blocker. Get me the first down. But some may very well say, punt this thing away, pin them down deep, and play field position.
Gets it away, and I don't think Peterson will get a chance to touch this one. Angling for the sideline.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
The football going back over to Arizona now. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to him, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Part 1 is done, now part 2. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
And that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone.
There on the tackle. No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
They try again with Cohen, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that first down gain of 8.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now, on for a very important punt here in overtime. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And out will come the offense as they take over. Tyler Lockett trotting onto the field, getting set for this next drive. And the stats on his game, they really tell the story. A strong start. I don't know that the defense has really changed a whole lot as opposed to maybe just sticking to that game plan and shutting him down now.
I like where you're going with that because normally we talk about adjustments and drastic changes in a game plan in order to shut someone down. But in this case, maybe they're just sticking with what they worked on all week and they're just making better plays. And so far, they've got to like what they've been doing in the second half.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Wilson to throw. They set up the screen to Penny. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tie. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Cardinal offense takes back over. Neither team scored yet. Now we go to sudden death. Next points win this game.
How about the tension right now? It is ratcheted up, isn't it? I mean, now whatever happens, points are scored. That's your ball game. Can't wait to see the defense now. Do they get a little more aggressive?
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
A loss of 8 yards. It's second down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A game there of 30 big ones. Big plays back and forth just continue. Both offenses excelling.
And I hear the excitement in your voice while you're calling this game. This hurts my soul as a defensive player, watching these teams go up and down the field and put points on the board.
Do me a favor the rest of the way. Sit back, relax, and just appreciate the offensive dominance that's going on out here.
I'll give it a shot.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 44, Murray on the move to his left. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
To throw again, Murray. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Out of the gun, here's Murray. That is caught by Cohen. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short.
A gain of a yard. It's now 4th down.
A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down. So that's it. No double overtime until the playoffs roll around, so that means this one ends in a tie.
Yeah, that's ultimately unsatisfying for both teams, the fan bases. Heck, for us, we came here to see a winner, right?
We did.
Winner and a loser. We didn't get it. We end up with a tie. Everyone walks away. A little bit cranky on this one.
Man.
Yeah.
MEH, man. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Seattle, so long, everybody.